Greetings and salutations, my friends and viewers and subscribers, whatever. We're just gonna have a little fun, as always, because this is something I like to show you guys about Jetpack Distribution, which is a company that I remember that distributed shows, and maybe we can check them out. So, we're gonna start with the preschool stuff, so it's just gonna be a bit okay? Given the fact I'm not much of a fan of most of the preschool stuff, except for some from my childhood, or ones I was interested, or the ones that were really, really surprisingly good. First you had The Mighty Little Beam, pass. And then you got Clangers, which, in my opinion, is a really, really chilling series from Sprout. It was one of the Sprout shows I actually liked, and it was part of the Good Night Show. It had these little mouse guys, and I think they lived in the moon? And it was narrated by nothing other than William Shatner himself. Yep, Captain Kirk narrated the Clangers. It's really interesting. And then you get Chuggington, which is not my show, pass. Then you get Talking Tom Heroes, which, not a fan of Talking Tom. If you like it, opinion handled. And then you get Becca's Bunch, which, it's an alright series. I mean, it's pretty interesting. I can see it was the show that replaced, from Nick Jr. But, yeah, it was a really interesting series. I think it's in stop motion, too. But it's not really my cup of tea. Then you get Buck and Buddy. This show reminds me of Robot and Monster a bit. Like, you get the short, possibly independent guy, and then you get the tall, happy, fun, great, fun-goer guy. I mean, this show looks interesting. I might watch it. They get Master Moley, which I never heard of, so pass. And they get the Baby Club, which is an infinite pass. And they get Emmy and Guru. Okay, it looks really cute. And then you get Heart and Soul, which is a live-action show. So live-action shows get an automatic pass. And then you get RBUK, which, okay guys, hear me out. I'm not much of a fan. I'm not much of a fan of this show. RBUK is It's okay. It's okay. It's an okay show. It's really okay. Yes, I really like it. But yeah, they're on Nicktoons, now on Nick, and then it got canceled after one season after this backlash came in to think, oh, it's a ripoff of Unikitty. But I used to hate this show a lot, but now I just think it's It's meh. It's not really my thing. And then you get more live action shows, and then you get Oswaldo. Okay. This was a show I actually watched. So Oswaldo is about this penguin, and he goes with his human boy, and they're friends, and then they have a lot of school life and crazy adventures. This is actually a Cartoon Network original from Brazil. It, just like Exchange Student Zero, it's a Cartoon Network original, but not in America. Oh yeah, there's also this series called Monster Beach, which is also a Cartoon Network original, but not in America. And of course, Gumball. But, yeah, Oswaldo, I mean, you can check it out if you want. It's a really interesting show. Really interesting show. And then we scroll down, and then you get Daisy and Ollie, which, looks alright, I guess. Gives me some Chloe's Closet vibes, so, meh. Not really my thing. And then you get Wolf. Oh my god, I actually liked this show back then. Wolf is a really, really fun show. Like, really fun. Like, I'm surprised it was a pretty younger demographic, but yeah, I barely know this series, but I just know that Wolf is a pretty good show. And then we get more live action shows. Pip Ahoy, never heard of that before. Tilly and Friends, not to be confused with Tilly from the Big City Greens, but I've heard of this series before. It looks really sweet and nice and very good. And, okay, you know what? I'm going to cover one live action show, and it's technically animated. Little Roy. Okay, so, actually the Roy series in general. Fun fact, though, Roy did not air on Universal Kids, which is a shame. You would think Roy would air on Universal Kids, but Little Roy was the only one that aired on Universal Kids before the whole, Mosh takeover. Little Roy, in my opinion, I mean, it's an alright, harmless show. It's alright, I guess. It was Roy's cousin or brother or Roy's younger life, I guess. But yeah, it was alright. But I've seen an episode of Roy, the original, and it was really, gives you alright slice of life vibes. It's Roy himself living with society, and stuff happens mostly at school, and I'm surprised the original Roy did not air on Universal Kids, yet Little Roy did. Really weird. Okay, and then you get Zig and Zag, which kind of reminds me of Toe Jam and Earl, but okay, they're just Zig and Zag. They're just slugs, I guess. Looks interesting, though. I'll give it a shot. Then we get that Dennis and Nasher reboot, which I did not like. It's not my thing. I prefer the one from the Hub, Dennis and Nasher, the original Dennis and Nasher. Not the 90s one or the 80s one from, that. The one from the Hub. It was 2D animated. This is CGI, and I do not like 2D CG switching. Just like I do not like hand-drawn to flash animation. And then you get Kitty Is Not a Cat. I saw the show. Really, really good show. Really good show. I think this show is really sweet and very nice. It's about a girl named Kitty. Yes, like Kitty from Total Drama. And she is dressed as a cat, and she hangs out with a lot of cats, and they do have fun adventures. And this is an Australian cartoon, so preach for that. I love Aussie cartoons. Strange Chores, Get Ace, and of course, you know what I'm saying. But I won't mention it. Kitty Is Not a Cat, a very, very good show. Very nice, very calm, very slice of life. I like it. It's down to earth. Then you get Kazoops, which... oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I saw what's up next. I saw Kazoops. It's just, not my thing. But, watch. Ta-da! Oh, yes. Yes, fellas. Jetpack Distribution has the rights of the Sisters. Yes, one of my favorite shows of all time from France next to Lolly Rock is The Sisters. Oh my gosh, this show is great. I mean, I understand that most of you aren't a fan of this show, but in my opinion, I like it. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite shows. It's based on the comics that I absolutely remember as a kid. Well, not as a kid. I read them since I was like 17. I remember looking them up at my local Barnes & Noble next to the mall. And my goodness, is this show great, in my personal opinion. I wish this show could get an English dub fully. It does have a dub. It has a pilot. I can show you the link. But seriously, I think it deserves to have an English dub. Like, all the episodes should be dubbed there. It's a good show. Wendy and Maureen are sisters that care about each other, but also fight each other as well. And yeah, it's a part of my fan-made Anatoon TV lineup. I love the sisters. Maybe one day it'll air on Netflix, or maybe another streaming service. Who knows? Alright, let's go down. Let's go down. Talking Tom and Friends. Look, I know many of you like this series, but to me, no. It's not my cup of tea. It's based on those Talking Tom apps, and they're just, they're okay. Not the best, but not the worst. They're just, not my thing. Then you get the Mo Show and more Talking Tom. Seriously, why do they make so much Talking Tom? Jesus. And then you got Jamie's Got Tentacles. Another show I liked. I watched all the episodes, and it's a great show. It's about a girl named... Okay, I won't spill the spoilers, but, you know, it's about an alien dressed up as a boy, and they have a crazy mishaps together, and oh my gosh, it's a Net Geo Kids original that never aired in the US. Well, I don't think it aired in the US. I think it aired on Netflix a bit, I think. But yeah, Jamie's Got Tentacles, in my opinion, very good show. Very good show. And then you get Yoko. It's the show that existed. I mean, it's meh. Kind of reminds me of Wreck-It Rabbit a bit, which in my opinion, Wreck-It Rabbit was a bit better. You know, kid with a giant rabbit that does imaginations. It's basically a childhood-friendly Wreck-It Rabbit. Even though Wreck-It Rabbit is for kids 6 to 11, it's like a young preschool alternative to Wreck-It Rabbit. It's just. And then you get Bodge, which, meh, not a fan. I don't like Bodge. Just skip. Then you get Pop-Up, meh, not a fan either. And then you get Marsupilami, which, it's okay, I guess. Like, I've heard of it. I saw an episode and I slept a bit, but yeah, it's okay. Then you got Eliot Kid, which is pretty dang interesting. It kind of reminds me of, like, Jacob Tutu meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like, it's creepy. It is creepy. Like, it's about a kid who has a huge imagination, but sometimes those imaginations can sometimes turn a bit too grim. It aired on Cubo. The opening. Holy goodness. Yeah, this show is really interesting. Then you get Street Monsters. Show that exists. And then you get Ink. I've heard of Ink. Like, I heard it was like the Australian equivalent to Kids Next Door. Another Australian cartoon that I liked. But, I didn't like it that much. It's just, I just like it. I like the villain herself. She's, like, really crazy. I gotta thank Mr. Enter to take for Ink. Like, I saw an anime atrocities review on Ink, and my goodness, this show is just so generic and very, but my goodness, is the villain hilarious. I like her. She's freaking hilarious. Anyway, guys, that's my review on all the Jetpack Distribution shows that they had. They had RBUK, they had the Sisters, they had Talking Tom, and they had Jamie's Got Tentacles, and the others. Let me know which is your favorite out of all of them in their library. And anyway, this is Kawaii Life Antonio saying, stay cool, my friends. Peace.